When the sun sank below the horizon, the sea did not fall into darkness, it simply changed its kind of light. Deep beneath the waves, where no sunlight reached, there drifted thousands of tiny glowing creatures. Fish shimmered like living candles, corals pulsed like beating hearts, and jellyfish floated like slow lanterns in a dream. The ocean called this place the Night Sea, and its keeper was a young octopus named Luma. Luma had 8 graceful arms, freckles that glowed turquoise when she was curious, and a habit of exploring places no one else dared. Each evening, when the last surface light faded, she swam through the glowing gardens, greeting every creature she met. "Good night, bubble coral. Sleep tight, star shrimp," she would whisper, and their lantern lights flickered back in answer. But one night, when Luma woke, the light of the sea was fading. The coral bulbs were dim, the fish glowed weakly, and the water felt colder than usual. She looked down at her own freckles, they still gleamed faintly, but everything around her had lost its warmth. "The lantern tide is gone," croaked a deep voice behind her. Luma turned to see Gorin, an old anglerfish whose broken lantern flickered faintly. "The lantern tide carries light through the deep each night," he said gravely. "Without it, the darkness will grow until even memory forgets brightness." "Then I'll find it," said Luma at once. Gorin's dim lantern swung. "It flows from the abyssal trench. But beware, no one who has gone there has ever returned with light." Luma smiled bravely. "Then I'll be the first." She packed a shell pouch of bright plankton, kissed her coral home goodbye, and swam into the dark. The deeper she went, the quieter the sea became. The familiar shimmer of the reef faded behind her, replaced by cold blue shadows. Then came the abyss, vast chasm, where the sea fell away into forever. From within the trench she saw it, a great serpent made of shadow, coiled tightly around a silver ribbon of current that pulsed faintly like a dying heartbeat. The lantern tide. The serpent opened its eyes, white and endless. "Who disturbs my slumber?" it hissed. "I'm Luma," she said, voice steady. "You're holding the lantern tide captive. The ocean needs it." "I keep what falls into my depths," said the serpent. "Light burns, I bring peace. But the sea needs both," she replied. "Without light there is no song, no life, no hope." The serpent's gaze flickered. "Then what will you give for what I hold?" Luma hesitated, then touched her glowing freckles. "My own light. I will trade it if you free the tide." The serpent laughter sounded like rocks splitting. "A single spark for a river of brightness." She lifted her chin. "It's not about how much light you have. It's about how much you're willing to share." The serpent watched her in silence. Then, very slowly, it began to uncoil. "So be it." The lantern tide surged free, spilling upward in a river of silver light. As it passed Luma, she pressed her freckles against the current, giving them willingly to the sea. One by one, her glows faded until she shone no brighter than a shadow. The serpent whispered, "You have traded your light for the world's. Remember, small one darkness can protect as much as it devours." When Luma returned to the reef, the sea had come alive again. The coral gleamed in pinks and blues, the jellyfish danced in radiant ribbons, and even Gorin's broken lantern shone whole. The creatures cheered as light filled every corner of the deep. But when they turned to thank Luma, they gasped. She no longer glowed. "Luma," said Gorin gently, "your light." She smiled. "It's still here. It just lives in the sea now." From then on, whenever the lantern tide flowed through the deep, it shimmered with a special rhythm, it soft blinks in a gentle pattern. The heartbeat of a little octopus who had once traded her own glow to give the ocean its stars again. And even in the darkest trench, the sea remembered her name, Luma, the lantern keeper of the deep.